Would you like to be able to have hard conversations with your staff without screwing with your culture? Well, do me a favor, watch this video and I'll show you how. Hey, it's Jason Everett with highperformancesalon.com, and we give you every tool you need to run an incredibly successful salon company that has the employees that you love to work with, as well as the income that you want to give you the business that you dreamt of. So do me a favor. If you've ever been in this situation, let me know. You need to have a conversation with somebody, but the culture's doing really, really well and you don't want to upset it, so you let it go. And then a couple weeks go by or a month goes by and it happens again. And then it gets worse and it gets worse. And because you don't want to upset the culture, you don't bring it up, and then you resent the person that you're dealing with, and maybe you end up letting them go. Or you just let it go and then it screws up your culture. Either way, it's a lose-lose situation. Is either it doesn't get resolved and it screws up your culture, or it gets resolved and it screws up your culture. And that's one of the biggest challenges I see salon owners make all the time, is they're not sure how to have these uncomfortable conversations when a problem comes up. What type of problem? It could be a problem of dress code. It could be a problem of their poor performance. It could be a problem that, like, you just need to let somebody go. So how do you have these conversations from a very productive way that's still good for the culture, right? So what I would tell you is, what most people do is they go, hey, I'm over here and you're over there and you have a problem, or I have a problem with you. And so the reality is that what ends up happening is you get in this oppositional sort of situation where it's an us versus them sort of situation, or it becomes a confrontation because you either have a problem with them or you have a problem that they need to solve, right? There's just one side of the equation is holding the problem. And what I'd like to ask you to do is, instead of putting the problem either between you or on one side or the other, you actually move the problem to one side, and you and the other person stay on this side and look at the problem together and say, okay, well, what's going on and how can we create a positive solution that's good for you, that's good for me, and solves the problem. Now, it's a lot easier to say than it is to do in reality. But a lot of times people see the person as the problem instead of the problem as the problem. But if you can separate it and separate yourself and say, hey, I'm a person, you're a person, and we both have this problem that needs to be solved. And it could be their lack of performance. Maybe, for example, you just say, hey, I've noticed you're not making the income that you want. Notice, I didn't say you're not hitting all the goals. I said you're not making the income that you want. So what are the ways we could help you creatively solve that problem? Now, the problem you might have as a salon owner is say, hey, they're not producing the level of results that they want. But I would ask them, is that a problem that they feel that they have too? Do they feel that their income is not where they want it to be? Because if that's the case, then it's their problem and your problem you get to solve together. Instead of it just being your problem that needs to be handled or their problem, it becomes your problem collectively. Now think about that for a second. That whole mindset shift is gonna be a very different opinion when you figure out how you can solve that together. And instead of messing with the culture, it starts changing the reality for you and for them. So instead of screwing with the culture, do me a favor and solve the problems collectively as a team. It'll make a massive difference in how you look at your salon's culture. So if you thought this tip was helpful, do me a favor and comment super helpful in the comment section below. And if you want to see more videos like this, good news. I got an entire YouTube channel called High Performance Salon you can check out, or you can also check out our free Profitable Salon Owner Facebook group. And that group has tons of information. All you have to do is look for the link near this video to get access to the free group or our YouTube channel or anywhere else where you can see videos like this. Have a good one.